This is a remix. I've been asked to collab finally. Nah. Y'all, this is a collab. Deidre over at Slay That Debt did a collab for those who are doing Dave Ramsey's baby steps and are actually on baby step 6. What is baby step 6? Baby step 6 is when you actually start working on paying off your mortgage. So there's a handful of us who are actually doing that. We've paid off our debt. We saved up 3 to 6 months of emergency savings. For me, I saved up over 6 months. I don't even know. I stopped counting because I just did. So I stopped counting when I got to my 6-month mark, but I do still put money in my savings account. So I have over 6 months of living expenses saved up, and I contribute 15% to my retirement funds, and I don't have to pay for college tuition because my son decided to drop out. I was about to say my son is a dropout. So that saved me money, y'all. And what else? Yeah. So I'm on baby step 6 where I'm working on paying off this good mortgage. So this video is for those of us who are doing that, whether we call it baby step 6 or whether we call it we're working on paying off our mortgage. And this is also for those who aspire to do that one day or looking for some ideas or just motivation. That's all I can give you is motivation because I really don't have a strategy. How do I feel about baby step 6? Let me tell y'all, before I started doing Dave Ramsey, which was probably about 2 years ago, I did not believe in sending anything extra to my mortgage because I always felt like I could use that money doing something else. So the idea of paying off a home early was not realistic to me. And so in order to make it realistic, what I had to do was brainwash myself by finding videos on YouTube of people who either paid off a mortgage or was working on paying off a mortgage to make it feel normal. So I found a lot of people where that was their norm so that I could adopt it as my norm. I feel that if you are going to successfully retire, you should have a paid off house. Housing should not be an expense in your budget. Yeah, you're gonna have to always pay taxes on your property. Yeah, you're gonna always have to pay insurance on your property, but that's way cheaper than having to pay to have a roof over your head. So that's part of my strategy for retirement, is paying off my home. And so some of the other things that are part of my strategy for paying off my home, not only just constantly putting myself in the company, virtual company, because it's YouTube, of people who have done that and have living that lifestyle, but I also do a lot of visualizing. I visualize what it's going to be like when I don't have to send $3,100 in mortgage to my mortgage company. I visualize what I can do with my money when it doesn't have that big expense to go to, because for most people your mortgage is your biggest debt, is the biggest bill you pay monthly. So it's always fun for me to sit back and just play the wouldn't it be nice game. And wow, if I had $3,100 this month that I didn't have to do anything to do with, what are the things that I could do with it? Who can I give to? Who can I help? What can I just get up and go do if I wanted to? So that's always super fun. And not only that, but shoot, my biggest thing that gets me excited is the money that I can actually add to my savings and all of the money that can be saved or invested in, making my bottom line grow. So I do that. And then I also pray. I pray and I meditate on God having my back and making this dream come true, because I always feel like we have so much manpower. There's only but so much manpower we can contribute to any idea. The other thing that makes something really pop off and just blossom and work itself out bigger than you can ever expect is when God gets in and has your back, when the universe backs you up, and you will see money just rush into your life. You'll just see all kind of things just situate itself to help you meet your goal. How long do I think it's going to take me to pay off my mortgage? Honestly, it's gonna take me, and this is a big wide window, because I believe in living my life. It's gonna take me between 5 and 10 years, y'all. For it to take me 10 years, this means that I will have to send $3,900 a month to my principal, right? That's doable. I can do that with my eyes closed. And I say that I can do that with my eyes closed because if I do $3,900 a month, it still leaves me so much room to vacation, to go on trips, to live my life. I mean, after you get out of baby step 2, which is paying off your debt, a lot of people really cut their expenses. They cut down their lifestyle. They make a lot of sacrifices to get out of debt, consumer debt. I feel like paying off your mortgage should not be that same rat race. It should not be that same hustle where you're living bare minimum and you're doing the bare minimum things just to pay off a mortgage, because I do believe life is not promised to no man. Time is not guaranteed. And what is the point of taking 5 to 10 years to throw everything you have at a mortgage? And you may die. I mean, that sounds morbid, but it does. It's the truth. It's reality. It's what it is. We die, y'all. And so my thing is, I want to know that while I'm on this planet, that I lived a good life, that I had no regrets, that I did the things I wanted to do, I seen the things I wanted to see, and I gave the things I wanted to give. And I'm not going to sacrifice that for the lofty goal of paying off a mortgage, because at the end of the day, whether my mortgage is paid off or not, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. If I pay off my mortgage in 5 years, that means that I would have to send $7,800 a month to my mortgage. That's where the universe has to come in. That's where God has to come in, because right now that is not in my budget. That is not in the income that I bring home monthly to be able to send that huge chunk to my mortgage. So yeah, so if I send anywhere between $3,900 a month to $7,800 a month, I can successfully pay off my mortgage between 5 to 10 years. And how do I stay motivated? I stay motivated by keeping my eyes on that bigger prize. I think it's going to be so dope that even if it took me 10 years, that means that I will not even be 50. I would just be turning 50 or on the cusp of 50, and I will have a paid off home. My home is over $700,000, so it's a major purpose. And I'm not saying that it's my forever home. I don't believe in a forever anything, but even if it's not my forever home, the bottom line is when I go to sell this house, that is equity that's in my pocket that I can apply and buy another house cash. So I keep my eye on that prize. I visualize that dream, and also, like I said, I just really keep myself virtually through YouTube in the company of those who are already living that lifestyle. What is some advice I can give you? I would say this: if you have a mortgage, if you own a home, one of the things I wish I would have done when I first purchased my home was send something extra to that mortgage. I did not do that. I've heard about it, but I never did it. I was never motivated to do it. I never wanted to do it. But I'm going to say to y'all, do that. Make a practice of it. Even if it's an extra $20, just make a practice of sending something to your mortgage. Because at the end of the day, when it comes time to pay off that mortgage, or when it comes time that you may decide you want to pay yours off early too, you're going to be so much happier when you realize all of the interest you saved and all of them and how far ahead you already are, just because you took those simple steps of sending a little something extra to your mortgage. It does not have to be a full payment. It does not even have to be $100. Like I said, every little bit counts. So that's what I would say. Send something extra to your mortgage. If you got a mortgage, send something extra to it. Pay that sucker off early. Do not take 30 years. Do not pay double the price of what your buying price was in interest. All right, y'all. That's all I have for you. And thank you again to Slay This Debt for putting this challenge together and for inviting me to participate. So until next time, y'all.